Hey ladies and gentlemen, we got some SMS about the shooter in Nashville. Hey, it's weird stuff because seems that her friend was a Christian. So here we got Aiden the shooter, and she says, so basically the post I made on here about you, that was basically my ha 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 note. I'm planning to be gone today. This is not a joke. You probably hear about me on the news after I do it. This is my last goodbye. Love you. See you again in another life. Audrey, Aiden. Audrey, you have so much more life to live. I pray God keeps you and covers you. Which was interesting. I know, but I don't want to live. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to upset you or get attention. I just need to go. I wanted to tell you first because you are the most beautiful person I've ever seen and known all my life. The person in the messages is Adriana Patton, if I say the name correctly, or a colleague playing basketball together or something like that. But she contacted the self-ending hotline and this is what we got.
9:57, I received a message from her, and at 10:08, I sent the screenshot to my dad, and he instructed me to call the suicide prevention helpline. And then at 10:13, I called the Nashville Davidson County Sheriff's Office. And then at 10:14, I called the Nashville's non-emergency line. And then at 3:29 is when they said that they had came to my home to try to speak with me.
It was a little too late and we got this screenshot. My family doesn't know what I'm about to do. One day this will make more sense. I left more than enough evidence behind, but something bad is about to happen. I mean, Steve Bannon, the dude from Jack Posobiec, you know that dude, he's asking, yo, this file that cops don't want to release anymore, the manifesto, because you need to investigate it and you don't want to release it because you're afraid of copycats or whatever. I'm like, okay. But are you going to hide it just like you were hiding Hunter's Behind the Laptop story and never release it? You know, it's like, I know you don't want to release it for the safety of certain people, but I don't believe once they're done with the investigation, they will actually release it. Newsweek. LGBTQ plus groups told Newsweek that the publishing of the manifesto from the perpetrator of Monday's school shooting could have serious consequences. Nashville police said it won't make the manifesto public during an open investigation. Yeah, Matt Walsh, one of the Daily Wire people that are now blaming for this, so he's just saying LGBT groups are now actively trying to prevent the release of the trans terrorist manifesto. They don't want anyone to know how this rhetoric is radicalizing people, which makes sense. This is exactly why the manifesto must be released, and it must be released now. I'm not sure if I agree with that, because even if you release it, the moment you release it and everybody that reads this is going to feel identified with this, I don't want to see copycats. I want people to be chill and want people to know that, hey man, if you want to follow this manifesto, maybe we're going to have to take action. And sadly, I hope it's not going to be the action that's going to relate to collateral damage. We're going to have to arrest extra people. As usual, Joe Biden is just talking about this like, oh my God, guns, bada beam, bada boom, we need to cancel it. I'm like, okay. But what I thought was kind of weird, nobody has ever mentioned Christianity ever. And usually the left is not very fond of Christianity, but I'm surprised they shot a Christian school and nobody said anything Christian. Not even, oh my God, Jesus, nada, zippo. But he smiles a lot.
That Christians were targeted in Nashville school shooting. You believe that Christians were targeted?
I have no idea.
Josh Foley believes they were. What do you say to that?
Well, I probably don't then.
Probably don't.
No, I'm joking. No, I have no idea.
Because this is my conclusion. I think in the manifesto, and also the doctors, maybe there might be some secret released. I think this person was taking specific hormones. They cracked his brain with all the testosterone or whatever, and it led to the possibilities that maybe this whole cocktail of transgenderism with the liquid they put in your body, it will make me a more aggressive person. And they do not want that message to be out there, because the moment you will put specific people from LGBTQ in the same group with the same action as all these incels or misogynist people that most people are supposed to hate, especially women, we're going to create a situation that the left is going to have to decide, yo man, our perfect cocktail to push the narrative that I've said this before. I believe transgenderism was the only thing that controlled people, because we had to be empathetic so they don't snippety snip themselves. right? So what do I think is happening? Now that they can't control the narrative because they assume we care about those that snip themselves the most, now the way they push the narrative that all the kids can transition, which also gives the pharmaceutical companies a bunch of money, suddenly they create a cocktail that now maybe we are creating specific monsters. The FBI is afraid of copycats. And now our perfect cocktail has been maybe the perfect poison. And if that gets destroyed, they'll never be happy again. So that is my conclusion. That is why I think they're hiding everything. That is why I think the manifesto is never gonna get released. But that's me. We'll see how that goes. If I'm wrong, cool. Then I'm wrong. But many times, all these things that I keep thinking, I don't know, sometimes my brains is usually 99% right. And I'm just trying to make sense before more people get radicalized. And I've called this out. Padabam, I'm right again. I hope I'm not right about the manifesto. It might be a little confused about the message because I don't know where it's going. But hey, if you're falling without a parachute, at least I know you're still going to land on the floor. That's the only thing I can say. So I think that's the whole thing with the manifesto. But that's just my thing. Just wanted to let you know what's happening. And hey, let me know what you think about the situation. Peace.